When I was younger, my grandfather used to tell me old folks tales about significant situations in history. But you see, he had the tendency to explain it his way. And one in particular, it kind of stayed with me. And it goes like this. Once upon a time, where there was only light given to you by the sun, or you had the opportunity to embrace a candle while it burns or being lit, a man was in his office space, watching as the day goes by. But not for him. You see, Denzel, he was an inventor. Late nights is when he worked best. He sat down in his chair, poked out his chest, ready to create the next best thing. He's ready to create the next best plan or simply an idea. But now the sun is gone and his candle is no longer lit. So he's sitting at his desk and it's pitch black. And all he can see is the light next door from a peephole, a little crack, but it don't belong to him. He was upset. You see, he had to get to the core of his dilemma. He was upset. He had to get to the core of his situation. He was bothered because he had to get to the core of his life. He has to create light where it no longer exists. And I asked my granddad how he create anything he cannot see. He told me, man, pay attention and you will find the key. The man had to invent ore. So while at his desk, he took out his tools and created a light bulb. That's the end of my papa's story. His edition of Thomas Edison. And you see, I was confused. Confused for years. But this year, he couldn't share it with me. So I shared it with myself. But I closed my eyes and I realized that the key my grandfather's been trying to share with me was that he would never have created the light bulb if he was in a lit situation. Now pause. You see, this is significant to me because I'm seeing that the best in me can come out the worst of situations. So I'm going to make it personal. You see, I stay in Detroit where things are a little dark and it seems so bad. But I'm glad to be here because the best in me can come out the worst in situations. I can give up. I can quit. I can fall into his patterns. Move next door where, quote unquote, things seem a little bit better. Or I can put my foot down and be a man, be an inventor. What's one man's trash, you see, is another man's treasure. And y'all don't catch me. I don't know what to tell y'all. So now almost 10 years later, I've conquered my fear. I stood in my room, turned out the lights so I can see. Denzel, it's time for you to pull out the best in me. And for me in my situations, I have no choice but to write. Write where there is no light. And some things may look dark or like it's getting hard, but I can invent. I can quit, I can give up, I can go next door, move into the next room and share what somebody else has done. So I choose to write where there is no light. Write until it gets bright. Write enough where I can be the inventor my granddad has been trying to make. Thank you.